Casio has been actively milking their nostalgic 1980s Casiotone brand name by releasing no less than 9 Casiotone models in the past 24 months, with model names such as CT-S100, CT-S195, CT-S200, CT-S300, LKS250, CT-S1, CT-S400, CT-S410, and LKS450. It is confusing trying to decide which is the best Casiotone portable keyboard for you. Even more so when there's just a mere $10 difference between certain models. I personally own all of these Casiotones and have done in-depth video reviews and sound demos on each and every one of them on my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna give you 6 reasons why, in my professional opinion, the CT-S400 is the best value for money Casiotone you should buy among the entire Casiotone lineup right now. The earlier Casiotone models such as the CT-S100, 200, 300 had a lower quality key action. These keyboards are cheaper and some sacrifices had to be made. One such sacrifice is the key action. The CT-S400, however, comes with an upgraded touch-sensitive key action which it shares with the CT-S1 and the LKS450. This action and keybed are also superior to Casio's CTX700 and CTX800 keyboards. The new key action has a better velocity curve and it allows me to better control the tonal expression. The key action on the CT-S400 also feels noticeably more premium, sounds quieter, and doesn't have the overly artificial springiness that earlier Casiotone keybeds have. The keytops are also more subtly textured and are closer to how real ebony and ivory looks. While it is regrettable that the CT-S400 doesn't have that felt strip at the top of the keys that the CT-S1 has, you can find more information and the latest price in the description below. There are 2 different sound engines used in the Casiotones. The older AHL sound engine used on earlier Casiotones is beginning to show its age. The tone quality of the AHL sound chip just pales in comparison to Casio's newer AIX sound chip. The Casio CT-S400 using the newer AIX sound engine has a higher note polyphony, is able to process larger, more detailed samples, and can handle more advanced digital signal processing, all of which were lacking in earlier Casiotones. The more powerful AIX sound engine also supports dual voice layering and voice splits across the keyboard, which is lacking on the CT-S100, CT-S300, and CT-S200. I have links to my recommended keyboards and digital pianos, including those using Casio's latest AIX sound engine, in the description below. The CT-S400 has 600 high-quality onboard tones. This is 50% more tones than the 400 tones found on earlier Casiotones. The CT-S400 also has a staggering 250% more onboard rhythm accompaniments compared to the CT-S100, CT-S200, and CT-S300. These additional tones and rhythms aren't just perfunctory. The tones sound richer, more detailed, more nuanced, and the rhythm accompaniment patterns are significantly better programmed. It took quite a bit of tweaking to make the earlier Casiotones sound good, but most of the CT-S400 tones sound amazing just right out of the box. I will leave a link to my in-depth review of the Casio CT-S400 in the description below. The user interface of earlier Casiotones was quite a pain to navigate through. You had to scroll through hundreds of sounds and rhythms to get to the tone and accompaniment you wanted. This became so frustrating, and third parties seeing the demand started developing apps to make tone selection on the earlier Casiotones easier. Thankfully, Casio noted their customers' feedback, and the Casiotone CT-S400 now sports a large and legible backlit LCD screen that makes accessing various functions a lot more intuitive. Tones are now grouped into categories, and I could quickly jump to the corresponding category for quick tone selection. The new LCD display is context-aware and will assign the appropriate functions to the buttons below the LCD screen. The earlier Casiotone CT-S100, 200, and 300 didn't allow me to save any user settings at all. This meant I had to set up voices and rhythms from scratch for each and every song I wanted to play. The CT-S400 solves this by allowing me to save up to 32 user registrations for quick recall. You can find a list of my recommended keyboards with user registration functions in the description below. Keyboard players often connect their keyboard to their smartphone or iPad to take advantage of the many music learning apps available out there. The previous Casiotones had only a USB MIDI port and required a wired connection. The Casiotone CT-S400 can be used with an optional Bluetooth adapter for wireless MIDI as well as wireless Bluetooth audio streaming from your smart devices to the keyboard's onboard speakers. Audio streaming on earlier Casio keyboards required an auxiliary cable. For your easy reference, I will leave links to my recommended music learning apps as well as the correct Bluetooth adapter in the description. You don't want the costly mistake of getting the wrong one. The CT-S400 comes with pins for attaching a guitar strap. With a guitar strap attached, I could carry my CT-S400 everywhere. I've used it by the beach, at a campsite, and in a church cell meeting. The lightweight and portable design, coupled with being able to operate the keyboard with standard AA batteries, makes the newer Casiotones one of the easiest to bring with you anywhere compared to every other 61-key keyboard out there right now. You can find my recommended keyboards, digital pianos, and music learning apps in the description below. Smash that like button if you found this video useful. My name is Jeremy C, and I'll see you in my next video.